When a man begins to fall for you, it rarely happens in loud, dramatic ways. Most of the time, it unfolds quietly, through small actions, subtle changes, and consistent behavior that carries more meaning than words ever could. Many men struggle to express emotions directly. They may avoid direct confessions, downplay their feelings, or try to appear unaffected. But emotions have a way of leaking out. No matter how carefully feelings are hidden, they reveal themselves through patterns, effort, and presence. Understanding these signs is important because attraction and genuine emotional interest are not the same thing. A man can be interested, flirt, or enjoy someone's company without forming a deep connection. But when feelings begin to grow, his behavior shifts. His attention becomes intentional. His actions carry care. You may start to feel more noticed, more valued, and more emotionally included, sometimes before he even realizes what he's feeling himself. These signs are not about control, jealousy, or chasing. They are about emotional investment. They show up in how he listens, how he remembers, how he reacts to your moods, and how consistently he shows up in your life. You won't need to decode constant mixed signals or overthink every interaction. Instead, his behavior will slowly create a sense of clarity and safety. It's also important to remember that every man expresses feelings differently. Personality, upbringing, past experiences, and emotional maturity all play a role. Some men are naturally expressive, while others are reserved. What matters isn't grand gestures or dramatic declarations. It's the steady, respectful way he treats you over time. If you've ever wondered whether he truly likes you or if you're imagining things, paying attention to these signs can bring perspective. They help you distinguish between someone who enjoys attention and someone who is emotionally present. Love doesn't always announce itself loudly. Often, it shows up in quiet consistency, thoughtful actions, and emotional awareness. The following signs focus on those subtle but powerful behaviors. Together, they paint a clear picture of what it looks like when a man is truly falling for you, even if he's trying not to let it show. 1. He finds excuses to talk to you. When a man is truly falling for you, communication stops being accidental and starts becoming intentional, even if he tries to hide it. He may not openly say he misses you, but he will suddenly find reasons to message or call. A random question, a shared meme, asking your opinion on something small, or bringing up an old conversation. All of these are excuses designed to keep a connection alive. These moments are not about the topic itself. They're about proximity. He wants access to your thoughts, your energy, and your presence, even through a screen. This behavior often shows consistency. It's not one late-night text or a rare check-in. It's regular, thoughtful interaction that feels natural rather than forced. Even busy days don't stop him completely. He makes time because talking to you feels rewarding, comforting, and grounding. Sometimes, he may disguise it as boredom or curiosity, but underneath, it's emotional attachment growing quietly. What makes this sign powerful is effort without obligation. He doesn't have to talk to you, yet he chooses to. He wants to be part of your day, even in small ways. Over time, these excuses become habits, and habits reveal feelings better than words ever could. 2. He remembers small details about you. One of the strongest indicators that a man is falling for you is his attention to detail. He remembers the things you mention casually, your favorite snack, the song you love, how you take your coffee, or that story you told weeks ago and forgot you even shared. This isn't accidental. When someone matters emotionally, the mind naturally prioritizes information about them. These small details become emotional bookmarks for him. He associates them with comfort, attraction, and connection. When he brings them up later, it shows that he was truly present when you spoke. He wasn't distracted or half listening. He cared enough to store those moments. That kind of memory is tied to emotional investment, not just interest. This also reflects respect. Remembering small things signals that he values you as a person, not just as someone attractive. It means he sees you, hears you, and wants to understand you. Sometimes he may surprise you by remembering something deeply personal, which can feel almost intimate. When a man remembers the details others overlook, it often means his feelings are already running deeper than he's willing to admit out loud. 3. His body language changes around you. Even when words are controlled, the body often tells the truth. A man who is falling for you will show noticeable shifts in his body language, especially when he's unaware. He may lean in when you speak, mirror your posture, or turn his body fully toward you without realizing it. These movements indicate comfort, attraction, and emotional focus. You might notice nervous habits too. Playing with his hands, adjusting his clothes, or changing his tone when you enter the room are subtle signs of heightened awareness. His eyes linger a little longer. His expressions soften. Even silence feels different when he's near you, more attentive, more present. Protective instincts can show physically as well. He might position himself closer to you in public spaces or instinctively guide you through crowds. These actions aren't aggressive. They are quiet, natural responses tied to care and connection. What makes body language so important is that it's instinctive. He may try to hide his feelings verbally, but his body reacts honestly. When his posture opens up around you and tension increases in your absence, it's often a sign that emotional attachment is already forming beneath the surface. 4. He checks on you without a reason. When a man is falling for you, concern becomes instinctive. He doesn't need a dramatic excuse or a clear problem to reach out. He simply wants to know how you are. A short message asking if you ate, if you got home safely, or how your day is going may seem small, but it carries emotional weight. These check-ins are not about necessity. They are about care. You cross his mind, and instead of ignoring that feeling, he acts on it. What's meaningful is the timing. He checks on you during moments when there's no obvious reason to. Not just when you're upset or busy, but in ordinary spaces of the day. This shows that your well-being sits quietly in the background of his thoughts. Even when he's occupied, a part of him remains alert to how you're doing. Often, he keeps it casual to avoid exposing his feelings. He may say, "Just checking in," or "random thought." But emotions don't move randomly. The truth is, checking on you makes him feel connected and reassured. It's his way of being present in your life without overwhelming you. 5. He gets slightly protective. Protectiveness doesn't always look dramatic or controlling. When a man is falling for you, it often shows in subtle, respectful ways. He becomes more aware of your surroundings, your comfort, and your safety. He may ask questions out of concern, notice when something makes you uncomfortable, or gently step in without making a scene. This isn't about ownership, it's about emotional responsibility. You might notice he reacts differently when you're stressed, tired, or vulnerable. His tone softens. His attention sharpens. He doesn't overdo it, but his instinct is to make sure you're okay. Even in conversations, he may become defensive if someone speaks poorly about you. Not aggressively, but firmly. This kind of protectiveness comes from attachment. He subconsciously feels that your well-being reflects on him emotionally. When someone matters, the instinct to shield them, emotionally or physically, activates naturally. He may not label it as caring, but that's exactly what it is. 6. He listens more than he speaks. When a man truly likes you, his focus shifts from impressing you to understanding you. Instead of dominating conversations, he listens attentively. He allows you to finish your thoughts, asks follow-up questions, and responds thoughtfully rather than rushing to talk about himself. This change signals emotional maturity and genuine interest. Listening requires presence. Is not distracted, checking his phone, or waiting for his turn to speak. He absorbs your words, your tone, and even what you don't say. This kind of listening creates emotional safety, making you feel seen and respected. What's important is that he remembers what you say and reflects it later. That shows he didn't just hear you, he processed you. Men who are falling for someone often listen more because they are emotionally invested. Your thoughts matter to him. Your feelings shape his responses. In a world full of noise, choosing to listen is an act of care. And when he consistently chooses to hear you deeply, it's a strong sign that his feelings go far beyond casual interest. 7. He tries to make you laugh. When a man is falling for you, your smile becomes important to him. He makes an effort to lighten your mood, tell jokes, share funny stories, or tease you playfully, not to show off, but to create happiness between you. Making you laugh is his way of building closeness and emotional comfort. It's a simple but powerful form of bonding. You may notice he remembers what makes you laugh and repeats it later. He adjusts his humor to your personality, avoiding jokes that don't suit you. Even during stressful moments, he'll try to ease tension with warmth. This shows emotional awareness and a desire to protect your joy. Laughter also becomes his way of connecting when words feel too vulnerable. Instead of expressing feelings directly, he uses humor as a bridge. If he can make you laugh, he feels closer to you. Over time, this creates inside jokes and shared moments that quietly deepen the connection. When someone consistently puts effort into your happiness, it's rarely accidental. It's a sign your emotions matter to him. 8. He shows jealousy subtly. Jealousy doesn't always appear as accusation or control. When a man really likes you, it often shows in small, restrained ways. He may get quieter when you mention another man, ask neutral questions that carry curiosity, or show a slight shift in tone. These reactions are usually brief and controlled because he doesn't want to appear insecure. This subtle jealousy comes from emotional attachment, not distrust. The idea of losing your attention affects him, even if he never says it out loud. He may become more attentive afterward or find reasons to reconnect, as if reaffirming his place in your life. What matters is balance. Mild jealousy shows emotional investment, especially when paired with respect. He doesn't blame you or limit your freedom. He simply processes his feelings internally. This restraint often indicates maturity and self-awareness. When jealousy stays subtle and respectful, it's less about fear and more about care. 9. He supports your goals. A man who is falling for you doesn't feel threatened by your dreams. He stands beside them. He listens when you talk about your goals, encourages you when things feel difficult, and celebrates your progress sincerely. Your success doesn't make him insecure. It makes him proud. Support can look simple but meaningful. He checks in on your progress, gives thoughtful advice when you ask, or reminds you of your strengths when you doubt yourself. He may adjust his time or energy to fit your commitments, showing respect for your ambitions. This kind of support signals long-term thinking. He doesn't just enjoy who you are now. He believes in who you are becoming. That belief creates emotional safety and trust. When someone supports your growth instead of limiting it, it often means they see a future where you thrive together, not apart. 10. He opens up emotionally. When a man begins to open up emotionally, it's one of the clearest signs that his feelings are deepening. Many men guard their emotions carefully, sharing fears and vulnerabilities only when they feel safe and understood. If he starts talking about his past, his disappointments, his insecurities, or the things that keep him awake at night, it means he trusts you. Emotional openness is not casual. It's intentional and personal. You may notice he chooses his words carefully, pausing before speaking, as if weighing how much to reveal. That hesitation itself shows how much the moment matters to him. He isn't looking for pity or advice. He's looking for connection. Being understood by you becomes more important than appearing strong. This emotional sharing creates intimacy. It deepens the bond beyond attraction and conversation into something quieter but stronger. When a man opens up, he's letting you see him as he truly is, without armor. That level of honesty usually appears only when feelings are serious. 11. He prioritizes your time. Time is one of the most honest expressions of interest. When a man is falling for you, he begins to arrange his life in a way that includes you. He makes space for conversations, plans, and moments together, even when his schedule is busy. You no longer feel like an afterthought. You feel considered. This doesn't mean he abandons his responsibilities. Instead, he becomes intentional. He plans ahead, lets you know when he'll be unavailable, and follows through on commitments. These behaviors signal respect and emotional investment. He understands that your time matters as much as his own. Consistency is the key element here. Anyone can give attention occasionally, but prioritizing someone repeatedly shows genuine care. When he chooses you without being asked, it's a sign that you matter to him more than convenience. 12. He notices when something's wrong. When a man truly cares, he becomes emotionally observant. He senses changes in your mood, tone, or energy, even when you say nothing is wrong. A quieter voice, delayed replies, or distant expression doesn't go unnoticed. Instead of ignoring it, he gently asks if you're okay. This awareness comes from emotional presence. He pays attention because your feelings affect him. Sometimes he may not know how to fix the problem, but he still shows up. He listens, offers comfort, and stays engaged rather than pulling away. Noticing when something's wrong shows empathy. It means he's connected to you emotionally, not just engaged when things are easy. That quiet concern often speaks louder than grand gestures, revealing feelings that are growing deeper than he may admit. 13. He introduces you to his inner circle. When a man introduces you to the people closest to him, it's rarely casual. His inner circle, close friends, family members, or trusted companions, represents his private world. Inviting you into that space signals that he sees you as important and long-term. He wants the people who matter most to him to know you, understand you, and accept you. This step often requires vulnerability. His exposing how others see him and how they might see you together. That level of openness suggests pride and confidence in the connection. He isn't hiding you or keeping things separate. He's integrating you into his life naturally. You may notice he pays attention to how you're treated and subtly ensures you feel comfortable. Introduction also reflects intention. He sees potential and wants alignment between his emotional life and his social world. When someone makes room for you among those they trust most, it's a strong sign that his feelings are no longer just private. They are personal and real. 14. He mirrors your actions. Mirroring is a natural psychological response that happens when emotional connection is forming. When a man begins reflecting your tone, gestures, pace of speech, or even habits, it often means he feels close to you. This isn't something he plans. It happens subconsciously because he's emotionally tuned in. You might notice he adapts to your energy. If you're calm, he settles. If you're playful, he becomes lighter. This synchronization creates comfort and familiarity, making interactions feel smooth and natural. It also signals empathy, his aligning himself with how you feel rather than imposing his own emotional pace. Mirroring shows that he's paying close attention to you. He values harmony and wants you to feel understood. When two people move in emotional rhythm without effort, it's often a sign that feelings are growing quietly but deeply. 15. He stays consistent, not confusing. Consistency is one of the strongest signs of genuine interest. When a man is falling for you, his behavior doesn't keep you guessing. His words align with his actions. He communicates regularly, follows through on promises, and remains emotionally steady instead of disappearing and reappearing. You don't feel anxious waiting for mixed signals. He doesn't pull away after closeness or act hot and cold. Instead, his presence is reliable, creating safety and trust. Consistency shows emotional maturity and respect. It means he knows what he wants and understands the value of clear behavior. When someone shows up the same way over time, it's not accidental. It's a choice. And when a man chooses steadiness over confusion, it often means his feelings are sincere, grounded, and real. When you look at all these signs together, one thing becomes clear. Real feelings are shown through behavior, not promises. A man who is truly falling for you doesn't just say the right things when it's convenient. He shows up in quiet, steady ways that create trust and emotional safety. These actions may not always be dramatic, but they are consistent, intentional, and deeply telling. It's important to give yourself permission to trust patterns instead of isolated moments. Anyone can be charming for a day or attentive when it benefits them, but genuine emotional interest reveals itself over time. It shows in how he communicates, how he handles emotions, and how he treats your presence in his life. Consistency, respect, and care are never accidental. At the same time, these signs are not a checklist meant to create pressure or expectation. They are simply observations meant to bring clarity. Relationships grow healthiest when both people feel secure, valued, and understood. If you find yourself feeling calm rather than anxious, seen rather than confused, that emotional response is often just as important as any outward sign. It's also worth remembering that you deserve more than uncertainty. You shouldn't have to chase someone's attention or decode mixed signals endlessly. Mutual interest feels balanced. It feels like effort flowing naturally in both directions. When a man is falling for you, his presence becomes steady, his intentions clearer, and his actions more aligned with his words. These signs are not about perfection. No one expresses feelings flawlessly. What matters is sincerity. A man who truly likes you will try. He will learn. He will grow. And most importantly, he will make you feel emotionally safe enough to be yourself. As you move forward, listen not only to what he says, but to how you feel around him. Emotional connection is built on understanding, patience, and mutual respect. When those elements are present, love doesn't feel confusing, it feels grounding. In the end, the most meaningful sign of all is simple. You feel chosen, not questioned. And when that feeling comes from consistent action over time, it's often because someone's heart is already more involved than they are willing to admit.